When you open up the algebra tiles, you'll have a screen that looks like this. The first equation is at the top, and the second equation is at the bottom. You're going to replace the stuff that's solved for every y that there is. Considering you have to turn everything negative, you're going to change the signs of the other side. So let me show you what that looks like. I need an x and a -1 for every y. Because these y's are negative, I need to change the signs of the x and the -1. Here's what that looks like. I have an x changing the sign. I have a 1 also changing the sign. Once I do that, I can get rid of the y. I have another 2 more y's that I have to do, and so I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to grab an x, and I'm just going to drag this out of the way really quick. I'm going to change the sign of that x, and then I'm going to bring in the 1. Okay, again, that also needs to have a positive because these ones have to change the sign. I've done another y. I'm going to take that away, and I'm going to replace the last y. Change the sign of the x, drag in the 1. It needs to stay positive again because that one is negative. Get rid of the last y. Then I'm going to pull these up, and I'm going to look at what I have. Here I have 2 positive x's. If I look at this, it cancels with 2 negatives. Does everybody see that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the 2 positive x's that cancel with the 2 negative x's. What I'm left with now is a -x plus 1, 2, 3 equals a -1. Just like we did when solving equations, I need to change these ones to negatives in order to move them to the other side. So here's how I'm going to do that. It moves, change the sign. Moves, change the sign. Move, change the sign. -x equals -1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want a -x, I want a positive x. So now I'm going to change that positive, and in doing so, I have to change the other side. I now know that x equals 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm going to do now is substitute that in for x, but before I do so, I'm going to add a little text box to remind myself that x equals 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these 4 in for the x. So I'm going to take the 1, 2, oops, I changed the sign, sorry guys, 3, 4, remove the x like I did before with the y's. If I look at this, I have a 1 and a -1. Those two cancel each other out, so they're going to go away. And when I'm done, I have another text box I'm going to add in because now I know that y equals 1, 2, 3. I'm going to type that in, and now I'm done. This is how you're going to use algebra tiles for those 4 problems.